If you come from Tasmanian stock like I do, going back 4 or 5 generations to the convict era, chances are those first arriving ancestors of yours were poor folk. Maybe they could read a little bit, maybe they could write their name at best. They probably spoke in smart but simple terms, maybe a little rough around the edges. And they were no doubt people who were full of passion and enthusiasm and inclined to get fired up when injustice was in the air because they copped a lot of injustice in their lives. And sometimes they were no doubt their own worst enemies, especially if they got on the drink. We know the people we come from because there's a bit of how they were that lives on in us today. We carry our history in us. But let's be honest, they aren't the kind of people whose voices are usually heard in novels set in the colonial era. I'll be honest with you, I was sick of the way privileged people of the past are given further privilege by being cast in the spotlight of today's writers, as though their story is the Tasmanian story. So I had a fire in my belly when I wrote Con. I was determined to give the voice of a poor, struggling man a stage. The kind of person who survived the brutal convict system, with no doubt a truckload of trauma. The kind of man who went off to the gold rush hoping to strike it lucky. One of the many people who lived it hard and rough in the hard world of the Tassie bush, and made a living there and brought into the world of family in really tough circumstances. Con's available at the usual online places like Amazon. If you're in Hobart or in the south of Tasmania, you can try Fuller's Bookshop or the Hobart Bookshop. If you come from people like I come from, you might really like Con. So read a sample and see what you think. All the best to you.